Good morning, everyone. So, very interesting. I received a letter from I will call it one of my favorite people yesterday at the address that you can find down below. And I can't remember his name necessarily, but in my head, he is John. Like, dear John. Okay, dear John, I love that you think that I need to find Jesus. But if we believe that we are all the frequency of love, then as I've told you, Jesus already resides within each and every one of us. It doesn't matter whether you believe in God or gods or frequencies or aliens, right? Or whatever it is that is within your heart, right? It is all about that highest frequency of love. And I talk about this all the time. If you take a cup out of the ocean, it is still the ocean, right? It's just in a cup. We are still that frequency. We're just in a different body. And so when we talk about embodiment of our divine feminine and divine masculine, you can take it in any way that you feel within that frequency, right? I do always say that I am not for everyone, and everything I say will not resonate with everyone. But I thought, well, why don't we channel Jesus? Why don't we channel that frequency of love and see what comes up? Okay, and I did pull out 3 cards from my spirit animal totems, right? Highest frequency of all on this planet will be our animals, right? They are unconditional in the frequency. And the first thing we get is the earthworm, right? Okay, if you do not go within and look at, right, those spaces, we're never going to get what we want out of this life. And if I'm triggering you, John, then I'm triggering you for a reason, okay? John is the Florida man, okay? That's where it came from, Jacksonville. All right, Florida man. And you may feel like you are being cut down by what's going on in the world around you. But you cannot change the world around you unless you go within, right? The earthworm, right, gonna go in and dig into their own shit, okay? Their own embodiment in order to find how they balance within. Now, of course, the perspective that you bring to this from out of the earth, we attach to fire, okay, our passion. We have the elephant here. Your perspective is always based on your experience. And the fire that you are breathing out is the fire that comes from life or lives where you perhaps have not experienced great love and you're still seeking it outside of yourself instead of within yourself. You timidly approach, okay, the trifecta of mind, body, spirit. You timidly approach your celestial being. You timidly approach the mouse. Small steps, life over life, until even you, John, can awaken, right? Even you can awaken to your full embodiment. and see yourself as not having to change the external, because you have changed the internal. We find love and we move love energetically around us when we work within. And that is everything that this channel is about. Okay, let me tell you that. This channel was brought to me by Spirit. I never said, oh, hey, yo, I want to go be a tarot reader. Okay, that was not my intention. My intention was, hey, I'm ready to share my gift. And I'm going to get silent and let the higher frequencies tell me what to do next. And this is what I was guided to do next, okay? So one of the things I was guided to talk to you about today is our soul relationships, okay? Because within each person we meet, there is a little spark of us, okay? And that little spark of us is there to show us a lesson, to show us what we are seeking to shift within ourselves. Now, a lot of us have met a very high frequency in another individual. And as I have told you, I believe that we have 3 types of energies, okay? We have those soulmates, okay, that can be a vast spectrum. There is not one soulmate. There are thousands of soulmates in our lives, okay? We have that energy. Somebody really needs to hear this. We have that energy that we see as the twin flame connection, which is really you mirroring you. Okay, the base level of twin flame is you were not getting enough growth out of your lives, your lessons, and you, as a soul essence, said, hey, what if we came here and took our cup of ocean and made it 2 cups to really, really deep dive into our essence. Okay, now if this is your first time doing this, those 2 halves are probably not going to work well together, right? Because within, do your inner and feminine and masculine always work well together? No. All right, it's a work in progress. It's a balancing act. And so sometimes those are the relationships that become the hardest, but they also are the ones that you meet, they break you open to learn, so that when you get to the other side of this life, you can kind of go, oh, that worked for me. That was really intense. I really leveled up in my frequency of raising the universal frequency. I want to do that again. Or you say, that was just too hard. I'm not ready for that yet. Let's go back as one and just go do our thing, right? The third type, I believe, is also kind of a twin flame sort of an energy, but I see it as being more, I call it galactic, but it's outside of our realm of understanding, because this is the union, okay? It's like you were energetically, right, in a container of love with this individual. Okay, and it's not even in an individual sort of an energy, because it's from a dimensional sort of space that we can't even understand from what we have created here in these dimensions. But you were given this opportunity. Hey, lovers, would you like to come from the soul space into this very different flat dimension and play and see what existence in other forms is all about. And when you meet that soul, it does also crack you open to lessons and everything. But it is all about this sort of frequency realignment of who you are, and that you are something really beyond this flat existence, so that you can see kind of like a reboot to your system, your origins. Now, when you meet any of these three, you can choose, they can choose whether or not you're going to align to this co-creation. The key here is to not get stuck in this is the only thing I can co-create with. Because again, you have thousands of soulmates. Now, once you've met someone of that frequency, is one of the soulmates going to bring you the same sort of joy and happiness? Only if you can get out of your own head. And maybe what it does is it shows you what doesn't work for you, so that when you do invite a different soulmate into that heart space, you're only allowing a soulmate of this higher frequency, right? You're not dropping down yourself to settle for someone that doesn't align with you. Okay? So they're showing me what they're calling the mirror of the 16. Okay, it is the work of you working through love to stand on your own. That's our true wish when we come into life. And the channel says, okay, the blessings that be are the miracles you see. Right? The blessings that be are the miracles you see. They are not the miracles of me, of what I create. It is in the vision, the perception, the experience, the miracles that you see and tap into. All life is circles. All life in this existence is movement. Stagnation is the real devil. The words are not devils. The frequency, the sounds, the if you close your eyes and you can feel that love and light around you, right? You're listening and you're feeling and you're breathing and you feel, right, that 8 inches around yourself, that soul energy within yourself, the love filling up all of those spaces. That's the miracle, that you were created in this moment, for this moment, at this moment, are here. And what you see in this moment that was meant for you, that is the miracle. They're saying Metus. And I don't quite understand that, but to me it feels like it is that single cell, deep connection to the spark of your life. As you ebb and flow, you will always keep that one spark within. For that is your light. I wrote today about how the toxins sit around our cells for 700 days. That's how long it takes for those lipids to transform. What you think now will remain with you for at least 700 days, longer inside of your bones. That is why we are the bones of our ancestors, right? Those bones are essential. Oliver might bark. He hears his father. But that one spark will always remain. That one spark is always within us. Okay? And I hear someone going, preach it, sister. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm preaching it. All right? And so, you did not get to where you are today in a day. Okay? You did not get these mindsets in a day. You will not work through these heartaches in a day. Okay? To surrender to this experience does not take that long. That is what takes the day, is to say, I surrender. I surrender to not having to be the one that is always right about the perspective. That is why I'm always like, whatever resonates with you, resonates with you. Okay? Because it's your perspective, your experience, your growth, your factors, your spark of light. Trial and error, they say. Trial and error about what do I contribute, what do I receive? What do I contribute, what do I receive? Trial and error. All right? You are just wearing, like, dressing up in costumes, they say. And you choose the dress that you put on. And you want to choose the dress where you tell others how to think. It's because you yourself are uncomfortable with what you think. You yourself are uncomfortable with what you feel. You yourself are uncomfortable with what others judge within you. It is only through the release of judgment, of self and body, that we come into the true experience of light and love. They say what is being mirrored to you right now is exactly what was needed today. This is the challenge. This is the 5. This is the serpent. This is the shutting that needs to happen. This is why you showed up. Let it go. Peel back a layer of the onion. Right? I want to see what the angels here that have come with this channel, okay, want you to know. Divination is nothing but a tool to tap into more deep information. Okay, Imara, soul's journey, where are you being called to, right? Being called into this emotional travel. Okay, emotional travel. Ooh, that rings strong in that solar plexus, doesn't it? Emotional travel. Ooh. Because we come from the house of water. In whatever way that resonates for you, we come from the house of water. Okay, I wrote about that in the Celestial Spark, I believe. I also think it might be in the Diary of Wu. But we come from the source, right? The house of water. Some of us know that that's where we came from. Some of us see it more literally in this current life existence. But how does your body want to move through that energy today? Okay, listen and joyfully do to this elevated state. All right, it's about your energy. It's about your state of vibration. It's about trying something new on your soul's journey into the house of emotions. Okay, I pulled out the Ostera, okay, tarot, because it is all about rebirth. Again, I am told there was not a rebirth of coming into body, okay? It was a rebirth of fully coming into that tapped in energy of soul, right? What is your personal commitment to coming into soul? You can rebirth in this life. You do not have to wait until death. Thank you. Yeah, again, what did I just say? The world, okay? You do not have to wait until death to come into that body of emotion here, right? It is looking at the world in a very different frequency, in a very different manner. Okay, again, they are really touching on the fact of the house of water. Okay, the house of water, the flow of your body. Okay. And I love that John sent me my letter with no name and no return address. Right? Because John is shielding his heart like this emperor. Okay, and the hermit. How many of us are shielding ourselves from getting into source, into water, into our frequency? Okay, afraid to see ourselves, so we are working at trying to change everyone else. Okay, on the other side of the hermit is, okay, the empress. I feel like this is speaking to me today, mostly in part because I see empress today as being number 1 Libra, okay, and I am at the top part of my natal chart, even though I'm equal of all elements, the top part of my natal chart is the heavy Libra. And there's a nest almost like the spider's web sitting on her head. You know that Mother Spider is my spirit totem. Okay, and she is unshielded a part of her hand to offer this flower, right? I'm offering you the flower of regrowth. Last night I was really drawn to start working more with the plants again. Mugwort really called to me. Some of you may feel that. You can use mugwort like sage. Okay, you can find that to cleanse your space. You can use it in a body oil. I prefer it in olive oil to put on your skin, especially for those lower chakras, okay, the solar plexus and the sacral. You can find mugwort tea. You do have to look at a few of the indications of when you shouldn't use it. If you are pregnant, do not go into the mugwort, okay? But there is this energy, right? This sort of toxic, trying to control people, but looking away from my true emotions, where we are being asked on the other side of ourselves, don't fear it, look at it head on, right? Look at things head on, right? Yeah, okay, again, the Hermit, the 5 of Pentacles, The shielding of the heart, the pink chakras, right? The shielding of our true heart, our awareness, right? The sacral, the experience of life holding us back from the experience of truth within us. And everyone's truth is different. Okay, the truth within us does not have to be the truth within all. Travel, they say. Okay, where does your soul wish to travel today? And we get temperance, right? As you bring in the water, the year of the tiger, they're showing me here, as you bring in the water, what will you grow? Be patient with that. I saw this morning, my friend a few weeks ago, some of you may know, introduced me to Mateus de Stefano, because she was like, boy, your stuff sounds a lot like his stuff. And I thought it was funny because I saw today that he has started activating the elements, but he's starting with air, right? And I started bringing in the celestial codes, right? Opening up our origins, and then started, right, moving from fire to water. And next I'm going to air, and he's starting from air and coming down into the elements. So I almost feel like when I get done with air, I'll go back to that video that he's done, and then I will kind of let myself come back into the grounding of this life. Okay, so that I'm really being solid in this life, because I feel like the woo that I'm doing is like a disassociating with past life to come into this real vision of what this life is meant to be. Okay, but know that you're growing from that water, right? From that cacao ceremony. People that have done the cacao ceremony with me have said that it was like an out-of-body experience, right? Like there was no linear energy within it. And I hope that that's what all of the woo codes that I bring, right? That it is very much about your personal perception and the way it's shifting you the way that you're meant to shift. Okay, because there's a strength within you that only will come through the darkness. Okay, whatever you're shielding yourself from, John. Okay, John. Quit shielding your heart. Quit shielding that solar plexus. It's time for you, right? Where's your soul asking you to go? Within, not without. When you're sending people things across the universe about Jesus, you haven't found Jesus within yet. Okay? You haven't found Jesus within. We get the King of Fire in reverse. Okay, you have to take and build into the earth. Again, we're going back to the earthworm. You have to find your strength. You have to go within, and you have to dig into the dirt. Okay, into your ancestors, into your own struggles, right? Opening up. If you are looking at love YouTube videos, okay, which is why I think that this channel is so important, because there's a lot of fluff out there, and yeah, they make you feel better. They're a band-aid. When you need it, you go find that, you put that little band-aid on your heart, and you go, I can breathe through the day. Okay, but when you're ready to dig in and be like, oh, let me throw all this crap out, let me dig into my sorrow and let me have the tears flow and let me feel that pain, right? Let me feel that so I can heal that. Then you come here. Okay, this is not an easy channel. I'm not here for the band-aid. I'm here to rip it off. There's a reason why when I owned my salon, I am a licensed cosmetologist, by the way. There's a reason why when I owned my salon, I really loved doing those eyebrow waxes. There is something that I've always found beautiful in ripping off the Band-Aid, okay? Seeing the soul truth, being the one that can be connected to the beautiful, happy frequencies, and yet still be like, oh yeah, by the way, you got crap to deal with, right? Like, I'm the one that can say, yeah, you know what? I just barely started dealing with my personal abuse from age 3, like serious trauma, okay, that I had buried, only came out this last year. Okay, when you're ready, it's there. Okay, there we have it, the Hierophant. When you're ready to go through your Akashic, when you're ready to go through your soul's experience, when you're ready to find your spark of light, the teacher is always there, in whatever form you make it. Maybe it is going to church on Sunday, right, or Saturday. Maybe it is through things like A Course in Miracles or reading the Bible. Maybe it is in working with Reiki and, even, you're working with the plants and that very paganistic, Wiccan sort of practice, working with tarot, working with pendulum, whatever it is. Spirit says, this is your soul path. Okay, do you see the hand right there? Around the door? Do you see the man standing or the woman standing? It's whatever it feels like to you, standing in the door. Saying, your spark of light is my spark of light. And this is the soul hand. This is the reason why you came here. Okay, don't let people send you things, or whether it's just, they can send you psychic attacks. Don't let that happen, right? You protect your shield every single day. You protect your frequency every day. And you say, dear John, go within. All right? Go within. Okay? Everything that you have created is already manifested. Whether you are calling in a soulmate, a galactic mate, a twin flame, right? Every single one of those experiences, you've already written it into your life plan. You have unlimited vibrational alignment possibilities. Through the astrology, you are getting a little bit of you want that right there, a little bit of an extra strength in digging those roots. Funny that astrology helps you dig in and ground to this life, even though it is the cosmos. It's the energy of the world tree. Okay, so above, so below. Just keep visualizing yourself as a cup of the ocean. You are the ocean. You are the drop of the ocean. You are the same frequency. You are love. You are light. You are God. You are goddess. You are the experience, though, of a human. But as long as you remember that alchemically you are all of that, keep that visualization of you are. I am. Why do you think that's such a massive manifesting tool? I am. It's because you are. You are part of that ocean. I am. You just have to say that to yourself every day, all right? I am. So this is my response, John, Florida man. I hope that it opens you to look in your soul instead of trying to change other people's souls, because my path is my path, your path is your path. Maybe you were meant to send this so that I could open you up to that awakening. Maybe you were meant to send that to open somebody else up to this awakening. And regardless, love and light to you, because it did create this video. And it is a spark for someone out there. So love and light, you guys. Have a beautiful week. And I will see you next time. Love always.